At Coletco as soon as the train's going by. When you're on and watching, be sure to let us know as I work on getting this shared into the proper outlets. I do need one crate that was behind the counter here. Actually, I actually need to get this one. Let me get this one right here. This has got all the autographs in it and some other stuff we're going to be auctioning tonight. Yeah, this is it. Let me grab this. I think I'll have to come back over here in a second. One of those crates of Japanese I've got to grab. Stuff everywhere. All right. Let me put this somewhere where I can get to it. Ooh. All right. Let's see here. Let's get this shared in the group. And whole lot of records. Yeah, let's share it there. And let me find the YouTube link. All right, we're getting there, folks. And then it's going to be full pace, as usual. This is so strange. There we go. All right, YouTube test. Link. And live now. All right. Here we go. Not now. Don't want to share it to Facebook now. Restream. Jalen Hyatt just got awarded the Fred Balintikoff Award. That's big. Most outstanding receiver. True. Okay. Can I get the crate of new vinyl for tonight? I don't think I have the sheet printed, but it's ready to go. It's just one page, pretty simple. Yeah, if you can grab that, I'll grab Neil Young here. All right, I'll go ahead and start with a new box set arrival. Here's the first couple agendas. We've got right there. I'll take it from there. I didn't really get a price on that, but I will. Okay, first thing is a new, well, let me give you the quick agenda. Here's the quick agenda. I got to get a price on this, so let me pull it out. We're going to do this crate of new vinyl. I'm going to do a crate of putbacks. After this crate of new vinyl, we're going to start with our new Japanese auctions for tonight. We usually get our auctions rolling after the first crate. And then we're going to do new vintage arrivals pretty much all night while we continue to do Japanese. And I don't know, I may sprinkle in some new on sale vinyl. We did a ton last night, so we'll just see what happens. Okay, first new arrival. This is a new release. Harvest has turned 50 years old. Actually, I think it did last year, but they're just now getting all the material out. Neil Young Harvest 50th Anniversary Deluxe Edition. This is $159.99. It contains the original album remastered, 3 Harvest outtakes on 7-inch singles, a complete 1971 unreleased BBC concert on LP and DVD. That's really cool. So that's why that's what's enticing about it. You get an unreleased Neil Young BBC concert from 1971. That is what I'm curious to listen to. And then it has Harvest Time, a 2-hour unreleased film from 1971. And what I'm curious, is that the film that he was recording when he was in that shop where he found the bootlegs? So a complete 2-hour unreleased film, a 48-page hardbound book, poster, and lithograph. That's a pretty cool box set for such a big album like Harvest. So album, you get 3 7-inch singles, an unreleased LP, concert, and the DVD, then another 2-hour film, a 48-page book, lithograph, and poster. That's $159.99. Neil Young Harvest box set. Okay, now back to just the normal new vinyl, the standard new vinyl. If you have Japanese Cheap Trick, I'll take it for $30. We do have one of those. I think I have 2 left over from last night. Greg, when I make my way around to the Japanese stuff, I will show that to you. Chris Kirkley says that's on the short list. Okay, well, I have one in stock. I ordered that. Usually the way I do box sets is I order something if I think we can sell it for sure. Otherwise, no one pre-ordered it. But it's one of those deals where if we have this in a few months and it's still on the shelf before I discount it, I'll probably go ahead and just keep it myself. So, now, we have the following. Duran Duran's Red Carpet Massage. Indie exclusive red vinyl. This is $49.99. Duran Duran. So there's several new Duran Duran albums out this week that have never been released on vinyl. This is one of them. This may actually be a new release. I'm not 2022. I'm not familiar with their later catalog, how it works, but this is Massage. That says Massacre, doesn't it? Massacre. Did I say Massage? $49.99. I told you I was unfamiliar with their catalog. So, they're coming out with there's 3 albums in here, I think, and they'll be in, I think we've got them stacked. So, it was kind of confusing. They didn't even have the photos for these. No information. It was really weird. I would have posted pre-orders for these, so. Red Carpet Massage. Yeah, I got that one way off. Chris Kirkley takes one. I've got one left. The next title, I've only got one of, so it's not Duran Duran. This is Scott Weiland, The Most Wonderful Time of the Year. And Brent Rabley, if you're watching, we had you on a waiting list for this. Scott Weiland, Christmas album. Scott Weiland from Stone Temple Pilots. This is his Christmas album on green vinyl. Jerry Stone wants one of those Duran Duran, which will forever be known as Red Carpet Massage. Scott Smith, I did get your message on Deftones. We just have a wait list for it right now. And Eric Fisher gets the Scott Weiland. And so these were like low stock, and then we ordered some. They were back ordered, and it looks like they've came back around. So Jason Kenton, if you want on the wait list for that, just let me know. That is $31.99, and that one goes to Eric Fisher. Red Carpet Massage. Yeah, that's kind of weird. All right, let me not mess this one up. This is Duran Duran. This one's on magenta vinyl. This one's called All You Need Is Now. I think I got that one straight. Duran Duran, All You Need Is Now. So the other one was originally released in 2007. I don't know when this one. Yeah, these are their later albums that have never been on vinyl before. So pretty cool that they're doing that. A lot of artists eventually get around to that. They're like, well, I guess we need to put that album we put out in 2002 finally on vinyl. So that one's $49.99, Duran Duran. Whereas the Crimson album, Fripp might have missed in High Post. The King Crimson autographed album is autographed on the gatefold. So I got some really killer autographs tonight. Every time I go back through those crates, I find better ones. So these 2 Duran Durans are sold to Walt Cruz and Jerry Stone. Walt Cruz and Jerry Stone. I have another one coming up, but let me skip that one so there's no confusion. We actually have a Dio is on sale through our distributor, so we was able to get some of these, and I've actually a couple titles here later in the bins I'm going to mark down because I think I have more on the way. But it's like the entire Dio catalog was on sale, so pretty cool. Here's the first one, Dio Killing the Dragon. This is the limited edition 20th anniversary on red and orange vinyl. That is $29.99. Dio Killing the Dragon. So yeah, here's kind of some stuff up for auction. Of course, I've got a whole new Japanese shipment. We've got all the autographs, and then I have some of those kind of other records I put in the post. I found some Tool. I found a couple Motorhead. They're new. There's nothing original. They're new LPs, but I think they're out of print, etc., etc. All right, so Dio is $29.99. This is Duran Duran Astronaut. Here's the third and final one. That does say astronaut, doesn't it? Astronaut. This is on Milky Clear vinyl. $49.99 for that one. So that was the third and final Duran Duran. That one's called Astronaut. Chad, I sent a message, pay my invoice. It was disappeared. Okay. We will send that to you again. Carlene just needs her invoice sent to her again. It disappeared. That's not good. We don't like it when invoices disappear. And Astronaut was released in 2004. Thank you, Craig. Sell that one to Hendry and sell that one to Chris Kirkley. Sell that to Hendry and sell that to Chris Kirkley. All right, and Walt Cruz was third. Walt, we'll put you on a waiting list for that. And if anybody else wants on the waiting list for any of those, let me know. Let me know. Greg Preston wants Dio. Greg Preston wants Dio. And I think there's more Dio. No, the next one is Queen. This is the newest Queen release, which is Sheer Heart Attack. It's a half-speed master. I think next week News of the World comes out and maybe one other, but they are slowly reissuing all their catalog, slowly meaning 1 or 2 titles a week as half-speed masters, and Queen is $33.99. Sheer Heart Attack, Queen Sheer Heart Attack, that is $33.99. Chris Kirkley says the wait list for the Duran Duran he didn't get, and I think that was on... He got the second one. He got the first one. So put him on the Duran Duran wait list for now. All you need is now. Queen Sheer Heart Attack, $33.99. Killer Queens on this one. Misfire. So these are, that's not an easy one to get too often. So here's some of the autographs we have if y'all missed it. Tonight we're going to be doing Mick Jones, Peter Frampton, Jerry Lee Lewis, Tommy James, Keith Emerson. We got another X autograph, John Sebastian, the Robert Fripp, and then we got multiple Tool records. And I got a Marilyn Manson boot that's kind of tough to get, and then various other autographs that y'all hadn't seen. And I'm probably going to go ahead and do one of these Tools. And yeah, let me go ahead and put Manson and Tool up for, we can go ahead and get those started. I'll get them started in a minute. I'll let everybody know that's what we're going to do first. Tool and Marilyn Manson. So, now that was it. Yes, that was it. Okay, we have multiple Tool boots, which is pretty much if you want to collect Tool on vinyl, there's very little you can buy technically. So, there's a lot of boots out there, but very collectible. Okay, this is back in stock. It's the Killers album, Sam's Town. That is $38.99, Sam's Town. We have 2 of them. I don't think we've ever had this because it's always been out of stock. And that is $38.99, the Killers, Sam's Town. That is $38.99, Killers, Sam's Town. And then, I don't think we've ever had this because I don't know if it's ever been released. Toby Keith, Should Have Been a Cowboy, the all-time classic debut album featuring the #1 song, Should Have Been a Cowboy, remastered, plus 3 musical gems found in Toby's archives. Toby Keith is $28.99. Eric Fisher wants a Sam's Town. That's sold to Eric Fisher. Chad, Peter claimed the Harvest box set. I've seen that, and I'm ignoring it. That's why I hadn't said anything. Dakota wants Toby Keith. And we have 1 Toby Keith left, and we have 1 Killers left. Dio, Master of the Moon. Dio, Master of the Moon. And this is newly remastered, $24.99. That's another in the Dio catalog that we're going to have tonight. But I haven't had this one in a while. Dio, Master of the Moon, $24.99. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers live at the Fillmore. This is $59.99. I think Paul Brothers. Yeah. Did we ever get the sheet printed? No. Yeah. If you don't mind to print that. Tom Petty, I have 1 left. And Paul Brothers, you were on the waiting list for that. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. That's the triple LP live at the Fillmore. Scott Smith wants Dio. That's sold to Scott Smith. Okay. Before I move on, or before I start the auctions, let me just remind everybody. I'm just going to kind of set it off to the side here. This, and I'll grab a copy of Cherry Pie here in a minute to see how many more we can sell tonight. Neil Young box set is $159.99. Neil Young box set is $159.99. And our first 2 auctions tonight, the first one is Marilyn Manson, Antichrist Superstar. This is an unofficial. Man, the originals are... We've had an original before from Kevin's collection, I think. But this is a gray vinyl unofficial. If you look these up on Discogs, you'll see where some sold back in 2017, I think, or maybe that's on one of the Tool albums. But you haven't been able to sell boots on Discogs in quite some time. So it's kind of hard to find comps on these, but it's near mint. This come from that, I can't remember what collection, but we've got it recently. I just found it in the back last night. $35 start on that, and pretty much if you can't buy this unless you get a boot, which is what this is, or you get an original. And original presses are quite expensive. So that's a $35 start, Marilyn Manson. And I have a Dio, of course, Fear Inoculum. Now, this isn't the official press. This isn't the box set. This is a bootleg picture disc. It's a 2LP Fear Inoculum picture disc. Now, we also have... we had sold a Tool Anima a long time ago. Well, not a long time ago, about 2 months ago. And it was missing one of the discs. And I found it. And we had already sold it to somebody. And I listened to it last night. And the Fear Inoculum picture disc sounded, or the Tool Anima picture disc sounded great. So don't let that distract you from, don't let the picture disc, because it sounded pretty good. So this is a $45 start. I think I said 35 on Marilyn Manson. I think I meant to say 45 because I was going to do these at 45s, but I'll do them at 35. I'll do that at 35 too. Tool Fear Inoculum. $35 starts on those. Yeah, the Marilyn Manson, it's not cheap. And there are ways you can technically sell these on eBay. You got to list them on a buy it now very quick and hope that someone buys it right away, or they'll actually give you a strike on your account. So it's kind of weird, these bootlegs. So, all right, Tom Petty. Next is Dio at Donington. That is the lenticular cover, $44.99. So the way Dio does most of his catalog, he releases them. Well, he's passed away now, but they release them with lenticular covers, and then they repress them with standard. So this has like a lenticular cover, as you can see. That's $44.99. That's Dio at Donington. Okay, next LP is Charlie Brown Christmas. That's on peppermint colored vinyl, $28.99. So a white and red kind of swirl. It's not scented though, just not scented. I've had some records before that are actually scented. That is $28.99, Charlie Brown Christmas. Jerry Wallace, I had you down on a wait list for that. Jerry Wallace. Jerry Wallace. Let's see. Yeah. Dio. This is Dio Donington 83. So I got two Dios. I got Donington 83 and I have Donington 87. That's two Dios. All right, let me get caught up here in the comments. We have Michael Harrell was at 35 on Manson. Devin was at 36. Jeff was at 40 as Manson a boot. Yes, 100%. Michael Harrell's at 42. Someone needs to buy the Fripp Auto for me. I can hear her car in the driveway. Uh-oh. Mark's in trouble. Richard Allen says Dio Donington, and he wants both. I do have more of these. In our bin. So sell Richard both of those. Tracy Miller gets a Charlie Brown, and Sherry, if it's okay. I don't know why I didn't order more of those, but I will order more of those for you if that's okay. We need to get Sherry Darnell wait list for Charlie Brown, the peppermint. Marco Martinez, Dio 83. Can we check the Dio bin to see if we have a Dio Donington 83? And Michael's out on the Manson. And the next is a restock of AC/DC's The Razor's Edge. AC/DC's The Razor's Edge is $31.99. I've got 5. I don't have any waiting list. It may be actually in the D's, if you don't care to check there, Mr. Ed. Razor's Edge is $31.99. And this came back in stock, which I hadn't seen in quite some time. Beastie Boys Music. This is a 2LP Beastie Boys Greatest Hits, $49.99. David Tate on an AC/DC Razor's Edge. First track is Thunderstruck. And yeah, here's our Dios. I'll just put them all in here. There's another DO83. That was for Marco Martinez. I do have one more DO87, and I've got two DO 1987s, Donington 87s. I got two of those. Cherry's okay with the Charlie Brown waiting list, and Joe Valentine wants the Beastie Boys music. All right, let me get everybody updated on our auctions. Right now, we up for bid. We have a Marilyn Manson Antichrist Superstar. High bid is Jeff Dedman at $45. I've got Jeff Dedman at $45. Everyone else is out. It is a boot, meaning an unofficial, meaning it's not officially licensed. Somebody made it, though. And it's gray vinyl. It's 2LP. It's near mint. Nice vinyl, if I can get it back in the sleeve. Near mint vinyl. It looks unplayed. I mean, it's a new record. The jacket's near mint, too. High bid on that is $45. It's on gray vinyl. It is a boot. And if you missed it earlier, I try to let everybody know about these unofficials. The reason this was pressed unofficial is because most of Manson's catalog is not in print. It may never be again. I don't know. And originals are super expensive. I think probably a nice copy of this is, what, a couple $100. I do have another Marilyn Manson original on our Discogs. Hollywood, something like that. But I do have another original Marilyn Manson in stock. And then bootlegs aren't cheap either, because the originals aren't cheap. And then the other is a Tool Fear Inoculum. It's also an unofficial. It's a 2LP picture disc. 2LP picture disc. $35 start on that. This has not been in stock in quite some time. That is the Cranberries. Everybody else is doing it, so why can't we? This is the 25th anniversary remastered at Abbey Road. The Cranberries, $29.99. Ah, it has Linger on it. And Dreams. This is a good one. That is back into stock. Thank goodness. Of course, we sold a bunch of the Cranberries' greatest hits. I don't think I have any more left right now. But this is $29.99. Matt Harsha's at $35 on the Tool. I was about to say, these aren't cheap either, just so everybody knows. Of course, you know, we have the box sets that I'm going to show tonight. I'm going to put those on sale. I figured if I advertised, we got some Tool records tonight. If I discounted the Tool box sets, we could sell a few. That would make me very happy. And then there's really two versions of this. There's the new 3LP version and then the box set. So that is up for bid. Manson's at $50. Matt Harsh is at $35 on Tool. Eric Fisher, Sherry Darnell, and Chuck Wilson all wants a Cranberries. Those are all three sold. I have two left of those, and then I got some single LPs here, all new restocks. Michael Bublé Christmas, that's on red vinyl, $29.99. Tedeschi Trucks Band, Signs, that is $31.99. Nirvana Incesticide is $59.99. And we have Iron Maiden self-titled, that is $33.99. How much will the toolbox set be? $114.99. That's what I sold one to Paul Bill for last week. And I need to go get, we don't have one on the shelf, do we, Ed? I need to go get, there's one opened in the office, if you don't care to grab that in just a moment. And I don't think we have a Tool Fear Inoculum box set. Okay, Chris Kirkley wants a Cranberries. We do. That's great. Greg Rogers wants a Beastie Boys. Greg, if it's okay, we'll put you on a waiting list for that. We'll put you on a waiting list for the Beastie Boys music. And then Scott Smith on TTB, Tedeschi Trucks Band, and Ed Nelson. What I need to do is remind everybody that if we sell out of something, we can still get it for you. We may not have it in this week, but if you see me only have something of just one in stock, that means we have access to a bunch of them, and we didn't want to stock too many, so it's just like, okay, here's one. If anybody else wants one next week, because it's Thursday, we probably won't have them in tomorrow. Yeah, there's no way. So if anybody wants on a wait list, plus that might help you out, because you're like, okay, I've already got a big invoice. Putting it on next week's will be a good thing. So sell that to Scott Smith. And then Ed Nelson, we'll put you on a wait list for that. Jamie wants a Tool. I think, are you talking about the Tool box set? But give me 1 second. First, let me wrap this up. Matt Harsha has this for $35. That's going twice, going 3 times to Matt. That's going twice, going 3 times to Matt. And we have Marilyn Manson, Final call on this. We have Jeff Dedman at $50. That's going twice, going 3 times, going twice, going 3 times. And Tool Fear Inoculum is at $35. Now, if anybody wants one of these, comment toolbox. These are $114.99. This is the new. When these originally came out, they were $179.99. They cost me almost, I don't know, there wasn't much markup in them, but it was supposed to be a huge deal. Tool putting out a box set, and we ordered a ton of them, and then they were everywhere. And a lot of people went overboard, and they canceled. Long story short, it's been a highly controversial box set. So we're taking probably like a $50 loss. So we're probably taking like a $50 loss selling for that. But that's okay, because we still got like 20 or 30 of them. So if anybody wants one, say Toolbox. They're $114.99. $114.99. Tool Fear. It's a 5 LP. I mean, it's beautiful. The art, the packaging, the box. Yeah, it is just amazing. So any outer sleeves? Yes, I'll show those in just a second. Put Cindy Jones down on the Tedeschi trucks. Do you still have the cranberries? I have 1 cranberries left, $29.99. Michael Harrell's at $53 on the Manson. Jeff Dedman's at $60 on the Manson. Okay, I'm going to sell the Tool. I think we have a new buyer for the Tool. That was Matt Harsha. Matt, I think you're a first-time buyer with us. I'm going to sell that to you for $35. Please message our page. We're also going to send you a message. Please make sure you send us a message. We invoice on Mondays. We have 4 to 6 shows a week. $7 unlimited shipping. That's a $7 charge every week, as much as you want to buy until we invoice, and we will invoice on Monday. So that is sold to you for $35. I consider that a really good deal. And then we're still bidding on the Manson. And then Jeff Dedman's at $60 on that. Michael says he's out. Any crowbar? I don't have any crowbar, and I still got the cranberries, and Axel said sold. Let me go through this crate one more time. Everything in here is still available, and then we're about to get started on some more auctions, and then our new vintage arrivals. We got a lot to show tonight. Probably entire crates full. I probably can come up with over a dozen. So we have Queen Sheer Heart Attack Half-Speed Master, $33.99. The Killer Samstown, $38.99. Toby Keith Should Have Been a Cowboy, $28.99. The 3LP Live Tom Petty, $59.99. AC/DC The Razor's Edge is $31.99. D.O. Donington, $44.99. D.O. Donington, that's $87. Lenticular cover, limited edition. The Michael Bublé Christmas, that's on red vinyl. Boy, I've sold a ton of those. And Nirvana. By the way, Nirvana Incesticide, this is a 2LP, 45 RPM. This sounds amazing. I love that song, Dive, the first song. That is $59.99. Manson is sold to Jeff Dedman for $60. And James McGowan, I have you with the letter P. Let me know what you was after there. So, songs on Keith. Toby Keith. Should Have Been a Cowboy. He Ain't Worth Missing. Under the Fall. Some kind of good kind of hold on me. Wish I didn't know. Ain't No Thing. Valentine. A little less talk. A lot more action. Mama Come Quick. Close but no guitar. Tossing and Turning. I'll Still Call You Baby. And Daddy Mac. That's, I think, first time on vinyl for that. Oh, and Nirvana, or excuse me, Iron Maiden self-titled, $33.99. All right, let's get 2 new auctions. I think I've got a lot of people waiting on the Robert Fripp autograph, and I have some people that are on a time schedule. They're also hiding from their wives. So let me go ahead. I think this is incredible, and y'all know me. If I'm going to hype something, if I get an opportunity to hype something up, I'm going to. So let me go ahead and put up this crate here. I've got a whole crate of stuff that people didn't pay for. This is not canceled stuff here. This is literally non-payments. So I'm going to go through those next. I think this is incredible for 2 reasons. One, it's autographed by Robert Fripp. But number 2, this is a pristine copy. And I think y'all know we've auctioned these off before. And we always auction off near mint copies of this. First, let's take a look at the autograph. Just so everybody knows, we bought a collection in Atlanta, Georgia from Steve Cole. He may be watching. He obtained a lot of autographs originally himself. He was probably in front of Robert Fripp when he signed this. It's signed right here in the gatefold, right above in the court of the Crimson King. I think that's really cool. So Robert Fripp, that is signed. Here's how our autographs work. I guarantee this to be real. If you ever have it authenticated by a reputable company and they say it's not real, I'll give you your money back. But we don't put up any significant autographs unless they are 100%. This is a beautiful cover. Almost no wear on the front, just minor shelf wear on the spine. And yes, this is the one. Actually, Steve got on last night, and that's why I went to the back and spent about an hour looking for this. He got on last night, and he said, hey, make sure that King Crimson, because we sold one of these last night, a VG Plus copy. And he said, hey, make sure that's not autographed, because we have sold a few LPs recently from his collection that we didn't know was autographed. So I went to the back, I tore through some crates for about an hour, and I finally found it. And there it is. Now, here's the second thing that's incredible about it. The condition of this LP. I don't know if he had this new and opened it just for Robert Fripp to sign it. This looks unplayed. That's not an exaggeration. SD 8245, 1841 Broadway. This is a first press, OG King Crimson, and it's beautiful. It is near mint minus. I think that's significant. I mean, that by itself, it's a killer record. There's the original Atlantic inner sleeve. So, boy, this is a tough one. I mean, there's not many Robert Fripp autographs on eBay that have sold. And if they are, it's nothing like this. It's definitely not King Crimson. The only thing negative I can say about it is it's not signed on the front. I know that kind of hurts, but that's pretty cool. I mean, it's signed. So, if anything, this is a killer condition King Crimson record. And then it's signed by Robert Fripp. So, I really don't know where to start it. I know what my floor is. Otherwise, I'll keep it, or if anything, put it on display here in the store. And that's a $150 start. So, and I feel like the record is worth at least $100. So, $150 start on the Robert Fripp autograph, signed King Crimson. Remember, the LP is pristine. So, now this is a pretty hard to get tool, unofficial. This is tool Salival. When I first looked these up, some that had sold on eBay, and I did find a couple of these sold on eBay. Some people popped on and was like, you could see where they sold one. There's a couple of these that have sold north of $300. This is opened, as you can see, and it is colored vinyl. This must be a really desirable tool boot, and it is on colored vinyl. It's on clear, and it's on like a lilac. It's on like lilac, purplish, black swirl, and a clear. And I think what they did is these are all random colored vinyl. Obviously, I can't sell it on eBay, or at least I'm not going to risk it. And but I do have an idea this is a pretty desirable boot. I'm willing to start it at $175, and that is tool Salival. I think that's how you say that. It's in this original, looks like a Pop-Tart wrapper, or maybe something medication would come in knowing tool. That is $175 start. Okay. I got Brent, any Kiss autographs. No Kiss autographs. The Kiss autographs that we got aren't authentic. We have 3 or 4 autographed Kiss albums, but they're not authentic, so we won't be selling those. I really hate to even sell them at all, so they don't end up in the wrong hands. But, yeah, I won't be putting those up for sale. You had me at Pop-Tart. Okay. This is a bunch of unpaid stuff. There's some really good records in here. There's Japanese. There's box sets. And let me go through those. Mamas and Papas. I don't have that one ready for tonight. So, Brent Rabley's at $200 on the Robert Fripp. And Tool is at, I'm looking for $175 start on it. Go check that record out. You can't buy it on Discogs. The ones on eBay have sold for over $300. These are non-payments. The Flaming Lips, Heady Nugs. This is a Flaming Lips box set, $149.99. Flaming Lips, Heady Nugs. The Flaming Lips, Volume 2, limited edition 8LP set. That is $149.99. I've also got Cat Stevens T for the Tillerman box set, $179.99. T for the Tillerman, $179.99. Rush Time Machine, $99.99. Rush Time Machine, that is a 4LP. Elton John Deep Cuts box set, that is $89.99. 4LP, Elton John Deep Cuts. The Black Keys Thick Freakness, $31.99 for the Black Keys Thick Freakness. The Black Keys Magic Potion, $29.99. Casey Musgraves, same trailer, different park, $31.99. John Cougar Mellencamp Scarecrow. That sold at auction. Let me just set that as, actually, I can tell you what it sold for if anybody wants it. I got all the invoices here. That sold for $40. So that's what it sold for. If anybody wants that, that's what it sold for at auction. John Cougar Mellencamp Scarecrow, $40. Chris Kirkley on the Casey Musgraves. That sold to Chris Kirkley. Pulp Fiction is $27.99. That's a new repress. It's in shrink wrap, $27.99. And Stranger Things 3. That's a tongue twister. Stranger Things 3. That is $36.99. Vision Quest. This was another Japanese auction. If anybody wants this one, it sold for just $25. Japanese press of Vision Quest. Bare Naked Ladies Stunt, limited to 3,000 on yellow vinyl. That is $38.99. And the Best of Bon Jovi is $44.99. Best of Bon Jovi Crossroads, $44.99. Do you have any Ashley McBride? No, I do not. No, I do not. Mike Vandergenst on Vision Quest. Tanner, that's $25. Joe Valentine was second. Stacy Brown was third. Okay, let's do a final call on this. Robert Fripp, it's a autographed copy of King Crimson. It's an OG press, and it's autographed by one of its curators, Robert Fripp. That is at $200, and it's going twice. I'm about to sell it. Going twice, going 3 times to Brent Rabley. I was make sure everybody had plenty of time. It's been up for plenty of time. He's the only bidder, $200, and then the Tool Salival, yeah, I'm looking for a $175 start. So final call on King Crimson, final call on Tool. Next is Grateful Dead, Axo Moxo, something like that. That is $28.99. Boontar Jones on the Bon Jovi. That sold to Boontar Jones. The Notorious B.I.G. Ready to Die, $34.99. This is a newer repress, I think. Obviously, I don't know if this was even originally released on vinyl. That is $34.99. $34.99. Cinderella, Long Cold Winter, $37.99. And Van Halen. This was not paid for. It sold at auction for $85. It is a pristine copy, Japanese press of Van Halen 1984 with inserts and Obi. Sherry Darnell wants the Grateful Dead. And that's on Boontar, got Bon Jovi. I'm going to go ahead and sell King Crimson. Boy, this is... Brent, if you ever want to sell this, again, if you ever want to sell this back to me, let me know. I think it's unplayed. I need to text Steve. I was going to text him about some of these autographs. The next batch, I'm going to maybe call him so he can tell us some of the backstories. But he has a lot of pictures, and I'm going to get those from him if he don't care to send them, or I may go back down there one day and take pictures of them, take pictures of his pictures. But he has a lot of photographs where his friends took pictures of him standing next to a lot of these people as they're getting signed, So that's, it's pretty incredible. Let's see here. We're at, did I pull Cinderella? I didn't. Tanner, be careful of that. That's like an artifact. That's like 2,000 years from now, they'll be like, look at this pristine King Crimson. John Cougar Mellencamp, $35. Troy Perkins, sold. Mike Vandergist on Cinderella, sold. And let's do a bite now on Tool. Brent says $250, Chad, cash money. Oh, that's the price. Probably like sometime next week, I'll be like, sure, I'll take it. So if anybody wants that, $175. I need to maybe, I may even risk that, and if I could get $350 for that on eBay, I would risk it. But I don't know. That's $175 if anybody wants it. Let me grab a couple new auctions. Van Halen is $85. This is we're going through a bin. We're going through a bin of unpaid records. Please pay for your records. But that sold at auction for $85, and that's how much it is now. Let me grab some new stuff. I do need, is there a bin of Japanese behind the counter? If it is, I need to, it should be all unpriced. It's just some stuff unboxed. So, yes, thank you. You can put it right there, please. Okay. Jerry Stone needs to be on the wait list for Duran Duran Astronaut. This is Evanescence, $24.99. That's self-titled. How do I pay? Jay, if you end up buying something for the first time, we will give you instructions. And for anybody new that's watching, here's how it works. We are going to be straight selling stuff out of crates, and we're going to be auctioning records. If you end up winning anything, a buy it now or an auction, we will recognize you're a first-time buyer. We will give you instructions. We do all of our invoicing through Square. We send you a checkout link. You can pay with any credit or debit card. You can also pay through your Google Wallet, which you can set up using PayPal. But very easy to buy from us, very easy to pay. We invoice once a week on Mondays because we have so many sales. We sell a couple thousand, sometimes a few thousand records a week. It takes us hours on Monday to get them all sorted, invoiced, etc. But that's how it works. Okay, Greg Rogers on Evanescence. At any time during the sale, anybody new watching has any questions, just let us know. I don't mind pausing to explain. Okay, our next autograph is signed by Keith Emerson of Emerson, Lake and Palmer. It's signed in ink pen right on the front on top of the dove. And this is also a really cool original press. There's Steve's rubber stamp, Steve Cole. This is another, I think he bought a lot of these, maybe knowing he was going to go meet these people. To me, that's what I'm going to guess. I need to ask him because this looks unplayed too. You know, maybe go and buy a copy and open it so you can have him sign it. Because he had multiple copies of this. So the Keith Emerson autograph, that's a $35 start. $35 start on that. And I'll test played this last night because it's kind of a, for most Japanese pressings, this wasn't in the best condition. It's got a couple scuffs on it. I listened to it last night. It didn't sound too bad at all. That's Led Zeppelin 2. Of course, y'all know me. If there's a copy of Led Zeppelin 2 that comes through, I'm going to listen to it. So that's a $25 start. It's about, it has some light noise to it. It has some light noise to it. So Led Zeppelin 2, that is a Japanese pressing, $25 start. What was the price on Bon Jovi? $44.99. Also, somebody earlier claimed a Toby Keith album, and I didn't pull it. Joe Valentine? Yeah, Joe Valentine. Joe, I didn't pull that earlier. Somebody commented Keith, and it reminded me Toby Keith. Okay, this is a John Lennon Double Fantasy. What did this sell for? It was in the high-end bin, and then I auctioned it. $61. I had it marked $99.99. This is a John Lennon Super Disc. That is $61. $61. M&M Recovery, $41.99. This is Juice WRLD, $27.99. Juice WRLD is $27.99. Nirvana, the Palace pressing of Unplugged. Nirvana Palace, $44.99, pressed in 2013. Megadeth, Unplugged in Boston, is $22.99. That's on clear vinyl. Ozzy Black Rain, $39.99. We have the Beatles box set with the Escher demos, the White Album. Well, those Escher demos are really cool. That is $99.99. Prince, Around the World in a Day, that was $69.99. $69.99. And we have Nirvana, South American Blues and Grays, $49.99. Nirvana, South American Blues and Grays. That's a Parachute unofficial in shrink wrap. $49.99. Axel, you did get a Cranberries. Timothy Horns at $25 on Led Zeppelin. And Cindy Jones was in first on Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Cindy Jones has Emerson, Lake and Palmer for 35. It's autographed by Keith Emerson. Jared's at 37, and Timothy has Led Zeppelin for 25. That's going once, going twice. I'm going to flip through these one more time. This is a bin of non-payments. Most of it's from it's pretty much all two people. So let me go through these one more time. It's actually like 5 or 7 invoices though. So okay, Flaming Lips is $149.99. T for the Tillerman is $179.99. Elton John is $89.99. Rush is $99.99. Black Keys $29.99, and the Black Keys $33.99. Pulp Fiction $27.99. Stranger Things 3 $36.99. Bare Naked Ladies $38.99. Notorious B.I.G. $34.99. And Van Halen $85. John Lennon $61. Eminem $41. Juice WRLD was $27.99. Unplugged is sold to Jeff Dedman. Is Prince Japanese? Does it have Raspberry Beret? Yes, it's Japanese. It's $69.99. I don't know about Raspberry Beret. Give me a second on that. The John Lennon is a Nautilus Super Disc, which means it's in like audiophile grade. It's sold at auction for $61. Josh Duvall wants the Pulp Fiction. And yes, Around the World has Raspberry Beret. Thank you, Chuck Wilson. Greg is at 30 on Led Zeppelin. Megadeth is $22.99. Ozzy was $39.99. The White Album is $99.99. Then we have Prince and Nirvana. $49.99 on Prince and $69.99 on Prince and $49.99 on that. Okay, high bid on Keith Emerson now. Keith Emerson autograph is $40 and Led Zeppelin is at $30. No, Tool didn't sell. Kevin, I was saying earlier, it's a $175 start. I had seen where 2 sold for over $300, so I was like shocked. No one bought it, but it's $175. That's the buy it now price. Okay, let me start with our new vintage stuff. Cindy's back in on Emerson, Lake and Palmer at 42. Cindy's back in on Emerson, Lake and Palmer at 42. And let me go to our newest crate of vintage new arrivals. Let me see. I really hadn't got to go through these too much. Let me see what we have in here. Boy, this is an... oh my gosh. The second crate is entirely full of Elvis. We'll show that at some point tonight, but that's a lot. What Elton John was that? That was the Deep Cuts box set. Would you take $59.99 for Prince? What was the box set under the toolbox? Neil Young Harvest. Neil Young Harvest. It's his new Harvest box set. Okay. What do I need to pull? Prince for $59.99. I will sell that to you for $59.99. Yes, this is a pristine Japanese pressing. I think actually that's what we have it stickered for. It actually sold at auction for $71. That was, we have it $69.99. We sold it at auction. I think I put it up that night for like a $50 start, and it brought $71. But that is sold to him for $59.99. Keith Emerson autograph is now at $50, and Led Zeppelin's at $30, going twice, going 3 times. I'm about to sell that for $30. New vintage arrivals. New vintage arrivals. All right. We have Mike Pinera, Isla. That is $19.99. The Best of Nat King Cole, $9.99. Hard Traveling, Lester Flatt and Earl Scruggs, The Ballad of Jed Clampett, $11.99. Mountain Ballads and Old Hymns, Asher Sizemore and Little Jimmy. That is $14.99. David Bowie, Let's Dance. This is a 12-inch single, B-side, Cat People, Gold Stamp promo. That is $14.99. Steve Zyman on Nat King Cole. I do not have any Limp Bizkit. No, not the Limp Bizkit that just came out. That's some kind of private company, private release. Those weren't being offered to any kind of record stores. Same thing with that single soundtrack. There are some companies that get a hold of the rights to something and they release it in-house, and we have no way to get it. So, okay, high bid on Keith Emerson now is $55 with Tim Besaw. Steve Zyman got Nat King Cole. Jared's out on Keith Emerson. Kevin Squires said he'll take the Tool Salival, $175. Yeah, that's in my opinion, a really good deal. That's sold to Kevin Squires. Chase and Hart on Jed. Jed Clampett, did we get their information the last time? Chase and Hart. Chase and Hart, can you remember, can you remind us of your name again? Can you remind us of your name again? Joe Valentine wants the Japanese Van Halen from the previous bin. Yeah, we sold that at auction. I remember this one that night. It was like a lot of bidders. Tommy Flowers, thank you. Tommy Flowers. That sold Joe Valentine, $85. Do you have any Mac Miller? I do not have any Mac Miller. No, Timothy. What was the John Baptiste? And how much? I have not shown anything with that name on it tonight. If I have, I don't remember it. And Brent Rabley's at 60 on Keith Emerson. I thought you were supposed to be at Vegas. People's like, Chad, I'm going to take a vacation and I won't be watching your show. And then they're like, hey, I'm here on the beach watching your show. Hot tuna is $14.99. Tim Besaw's at $65 on Keith Emerson. Let's go ahead and sell Led Zeppelin. I've almost forgot about it. $30. That's sold to Greg Rogers. Greg Rogers got the Japanese, probably about VG++ on that. And that is sold to him for $30. Tim Besaw's at $65 on Keith Emerson. Hot tuna is $14.99. And we have a record here that's not priced. I don't even know what it is. I'll do that later. Help Yourself, $24.99. Help Yourself, Strange Affair. That's interesting. $24.99. Here's another one. Help Yourself, Beware the Shadow. Anybody know Help Yourself? That one is $29.99. Tubby the Tuba. Now that is a Disney record I've never seen before. Tubby the Tuba, $19.99, narrated by Annette. No condition notes. It does have a couple of sleeve scuffs on it, it looks like. And Fresh Out of Borstal, $19.99. Well, we got some interesting records in here. Pat Metheny Group, Life or Still Life Talking. That's from 1987, $29.99. And Jim Quiskin, Jump for Joy, $14.99. We have Jeff McMaster on Tubby. Jeff McMaster on, that was Tubby. What was the next comment? Yeah, Tubby the Tuba. Jeff Master. Brent says out on Keith Emerson. So Tim Besaw, you have that for $65. That's going to you twice, going 3 times. Let's see. Did I get Harvest? Can we just, I don't know. Yeah. Okay, Rob Scheffler, you were second on Tubby, and what's next? We have Atlanta Rhythm Section, Quinella, that is $9.99, and Golden Earring Moontan, that is $29.99. Golden Earring Moontan, $29.99. Tangerine Dream, Rubicon, that is $29.99, and Johnny Duncan, straight from Texas, $14.99. Emerson, Lake and Palmer, sold to Tim Besaw, autographed by Keith Emerson. That's pretty cool. That's sold to Tim for $65. Let me grab a couple new autographs. I'm probably going to go through these and the Tool stuff first, and then we'll do our Japanese stuff. This Tool here, Lollapalooza, it wasn't cheap either. It wasn't as cheap, or it wasn't expensive as Saliva, so in April, I was watching the side of the mountain in Alaska. Not kidding. The connection gave out. I have a Zoom call. Yeah. Okay. This is a really cool autograph. This is I think the second Mick Jones autograph. We had a copy of Combat Rock. Now, we were looking at this. This is kind of like the King Crimson. This record by itself, I think, is this a... Yeah, this is a UK... This is a UK first press, 1980. Sandinista, triple LP with hype sticker. The record by itself is immaculate. Triple LP, awesome cover, and then it's signed by Mick Jones in gold, kind of a gold felt pen right there. Once again, I guarantee this autograph to be authentic. If you happen to have it authenticated and it's not real, I'll give you your money back. But the guy I bought this from was in the presence of Mick Jones when this was autographed, and he's 100% legit. So, like I said, this is a killer record by itself, and it's signed by Mick Jones. This is a near mint Sandinista original UK press. So, $85 start on this. $85 start on the Clash Sandinista autographed by Mick Jones. I think that's a deal. Then we have Tool, Lollapalooza. This is on green vinyl. Tool, Lollapalooza. It's an unofficial, but it says for promotional use. They make it really look like some kind of promo copy. But this wasn't, of course, once again, it's hard to find comps on these, but these are all over the place. This is on green vinyl, Tool, Lollapalooza, 1993, promotional use only is what it says, but this is definitely a boot. And I'll start this one for $35. Tool, Lollapalooza, green vinyl, unofficial, $35 on that. Clash, $85, $85, $90, $35 start on Tool. Richard Thompson, Hand of Kindness, $14.99. Les Paul and Mary Ford, The World is Still Waiting for the Sunrise, $19.99. Lee Michaels is $14.99. And Billy Joe Royal, Cherry Hill Park, that is $14.99. Tangerine Dream Cyclone is a 1978 UK pressing, $29.99. Savoy Brown Street Corner Talking, a 1971 German pressing. Interesting, $36.99. And John Barleycorn Must Die. Boy, this one's heavy. $19.99. I think that's the original label on that one. $19.99 for Traffic. And Bob Dylan Self-Portrait, $49.99. That is extremely nice. It's the repress label, as I call it, but that's $49.99. Wolves Council on RT. RT was Richard Thompson. That sold to Wolves Council. High bid on the Clash right now is $99, and Tim Besaw wants the Tangerine Dream. Sold to Tim Besaw. The World of Elvis Presley, program number 7, $39.99 for broadcast use only. The World of Elvis Presley, broadcast use only, program number 7. Some kind of promo, World of Elvis Presley. The Guess Who, Song Long Bannatyne is $19.99. And what do we have here? Commander Cody, Country Casanova. Never seen this one. $19.99 and shrink wrap with this hop sticker. Let me check the label on this one. Yeah, Country Casanova, Commander Cody. That one's $19.99. And we have Conway Twitty's Greatest Hits, $9.99. Conway Twitty's Greatest Hits. And Mountain Twin Peaks, $24.99. This is a 2LP release from Mountain. Boy, that's really nice. Cover and vinyl, $24.99. Update on our auctions. The autographed Sandinista. Paul Beal is at $99. Paul Beal is at $99. That's going once, going twice to him. Still looking for a $35 opening bid on Tool Lollapalooza on green vinyl. I think I have one copy left of Fleetwood Mac self-titled. Give me a second and I will check. John Mayall, Moving On, is $29.99. John Mayall, Moving On, $29.99. Big Sur Festival is $19.99. That's in shrink wrap. George Harrison is $24.99. George Harrison Extra Texture, $24.99. And Good Old Rock and Roll. This is a 2-record compilation, $14.99. Looks like early mid-60s rock. Mary Wells, there's some soul on here too, but Sandy Nelson, Gary Lewis, Bobby Day, Jimmy Clinton, Mary Wells. Big Sur sold to Cindy Jones. Didn't Crosby, Stills and Nash? Wow, it's got a poster with it or something. Didn't Crosby, Stills and Nash play at this too? I don't know if they're on here, but boy, that's nice. That is sold to Cindy. Paul's out on the Clash. Silver Meters at $105. John Stevens is at $110. Beautitude, Respect Yourself, the Staple Singers. $34.99 for the Staple Singers. Absolute Beginner soundtrack is $19.99 with David Bowie. The Flying Machine, $24.99. Now, James Taylor, isn't this something to do with James Taylor? Maybe that's something completely. I know he has some stuff, James Taylor and the Flying Machine, but this may be something completely different because none of these people are James Taylor. $24.99 on that. Walking on Thin Ice for John. That's some kind of Yoko Ono promo deal. I've had those before. $24.99. James Taylor Flag is $14.99. And Ringo Starr's Bow Cup of Blues, $34.99. That is a really nice Apple pressing of that. Ringo's Bow Cup of Blues. Nat King Cole, Those Lazy, Hazy, Crazy Days of Summer, $9.99 for Nat King Cole. And 10cc Bloody Taurus, $19.99. We also have, what is this? Sand. Ugh. It's their sandwich on the beach, and it's covered in sand. Sand is $49.99. Bow Cup. Buku of Blues. Thank you. Buku. Neil Diamond Rainbow, $9.99. And Blood and Chocolate. Elvis Costello, $24.99. Let's see here. I think when an album is unofficial, original is called counterfeit, not a bootleg. Yeah, technically. I think we all call them bootlegs, unofficials, counterfeits. Counterfeit's a bad word. I think the most common term now is boot. So up for bid is a copy of The Clash. This is a triple LP UK OG press of this with hype sticker. The album by itself is killer, and it's signed by Mick Jones. High bid is John Stevens at $120. If anybody wants Tool, you can buy Tool for $35. That's a buy it now. Tool Lollapalooza. No bid on that, so you can buy it now. Let's see. We had 110, 115, 120, and the Guess Who was So Long Bannatyne. So Long Bannatyne. Let me grab a new crate of records. Unless anybody wants to see anything in there again. Let's see. There was an Elvis Costello up front here we don't see too often that's still available. Blood and Chocolate. And what else? Ringo Starr. What else am I kind of surprised? A couple George Harrison. The Mountain was in really good condition. The Bob Dylan. So, Clash is still getting bids. I'm going to pass over this crate. We have an entire crate of Elvis here. I will visit it at some point tonight. But let me grab this other crate and see what's in here. It looks to be some interesting stuff. Silver meters at $125 on Clash. The Tool is Tool Lollapalooza. It's a green vinyl, unofficial. I consider that unofficial because I don't think they've officially ever released that concert, even though it's been bootlegged and released a million different times. Tangerine Dream Rubicon price. Chris Kirkly wants Elvis Costello. I was combining names there again. Chris Kirkley on Elvis Costello. Jared McLaughlin wants the Guess Who. And Jeff McMaster needs the price on Tangerine Dream Rubicon. I think that was $29.99, Jeff McMaster. Tangerine Dream Rubicon, $29.99. John Stevens is at $130 on the Clash. Jared McLaughlin wants the Guess Who. So Long Bannatyne. Did he ask about it? What's that? No. No, Big Sur, Elvis Costello, and then this is sold to Jared McLaughlin.
You mentioned it.
Right. Let's see. Mountain was $24.99, Calvin. Jeff and Master said sold on Tangerine Dream. Silver meters at $135 on the Clash. Chris Christopherson and Elvis Costello. Chris Kirkley. Yeah, that's about as close as we can get. Need Rush first pressings. Oh boy, we all do. About 2 weeks ago, I auctioned off in one night about 12 different Rush albums. and it was Fast and Furious. Vin Diesel would have loved it. They're all gone, though. I have no Rush in stock. I got a lot of Rush represses. I've got Vapor Trails. I've got Show of Hands. I've got 2112, and I have Moving Pictures, but I don't have any originals. The Smithsonian, this belongs in a museum. The Smithsonian Collection of Classic Country Music. 1981, 8 LPs and a book, $64.99. 1981, 8 LPs, and it includes a book, $64.99. Like I said, this belongs in a museum. It's the Smithsonian. Look at all that. It starts at the 20s and it goes through 1975. That is $64.99. Clash is at $135. Clash is at $140. Let me get another auction going. We're bidding on the Clash. I do have another tool over here. Let's do Tool Tales from the Dark Side. Tool Tales from the Dark Side. This is also a $35 start. Autographs and tool auctions right now. Then we'll get into our Japanese stuff. Black vinyl. This is another unofficial Tool Tales from the Dark Side. This is a $35 start. I think this has all tracks live taken from Sober import CD single. There you go. $35 start on that one. Do you have Rush repress of Vapor Trails original mix, not remix? No. I think the only thing in stock, or the only thing they print now, is the remix. So, but yeah, Rush albums are super in demand. We don't, a lot of people message our page throughout the week, and Rush, here's how Rush albums work. When we get them in, we advertise them. We're going to say they're going to be sold tonight. We auction them off. Everybody fights for them. It gets very dangerous. And then they're all gone. One night, poof, they're all gone. I may have another collection next week. We may not see a couple OG Rush albums for a month, so who knows. Jerry Pennant gets the country box set. Now, we've got a whole crate of new arrivals to go through. Fairport Convention, Full House. Fairport Convention, $19.99. By the way, the Clash is at $140. Silver meter, let me know if you're in or out. I'm about to sell that to John Stevens if you're out. And Michael Harrell's at $35 on the tool. This is Captain Beefheart and his Magic Band. This is a 1968 pressing. Does have a clip corner. This appears to be very nice. It is. That is Captain Beefheart, $59.99. Wolves Council wants Fairport Convention. The tool auction now is Tales from the Dark Side, which is all live tracks taken from the Sober import single. Silver meter's out on the Clash. Over to John. Clash, Final Call, $140 to John Stevens, and Final Call on Tool to Michael Harrell. No one bids pretty soon on both of those. I'm going to sell them. What do we have here? Robert Margaleff and Malcolm Cecil, Tonto's Expanding Headband. Sealed, $34.99. Not for sure on that one. Cecil McCartney, OM, O-M, $49.99, 1968 UK pressing. Boy, this is some interesting stuff tonight. I like that Columbia label, though, from the UK. Tubular Bells, Mike Oldfield. Wow, it's got the hop sticker. Now the original theme from the Warner Bros. Movie, The Exorcist. $19.99 in shrink wrap. Tubular Bells. That's near mint in shrink wrap with hop sticker. Deep Purple, live in London. Richie Blackmore, David Coverdale, Glenn Hughes, Tom Lord, and Ian Peace. That is $29.99. Now that's a cool looking record. OG UK on Harvest. Live in London, Deep Purple. That is $29.99. Never seen that one before. Mike Oldfield, Airborne, is $19.99 with hop sticker on that one as well. Murphy's Law, Urban Renewal. That is $14.99. And the Yardbirds, Live Yardbirds. This is a 1976 pressing, $34.99. $34.99. Live Yardbirds featuring Jimmy Page. That's a 76 repress of that. All right, these auctions are over. The Clash is sold to John Stevens for $140 with a Mick Jones autograph. And we have Michael Harrell is at $35 on the tool, Tales from the Dark Side. I consider that a really good deal. Chris Wood Sr. got the deep purple. And Robert Johnson on Mike Oldfield Airborne. Sold to Robert Johnson. Silver meter. You know what? I was going to ask him the same thing because I ran across that album the other day. We had a silver meter album pop up, and I was like, wait a minute. I've seen this before. Let's see what we have here. Okay. Next autograph. The Tool records are going cheap tonight. So if you're a Tool fan, so far everybody's got everything at like 50% of retail. So, but they're unofficial, so it kind of puts me in a hard spot because I can't sell them anywhere else. Jerry Lee Lewis autograph. This is Jerry Lee Lewis duets. It's actually a pretty cool record because they pressed them all on gold vinyl. And it's autographed by Jerry Lee Lewis himself. I'm going to do my disclosure as I do of all my autographs. I guarantee this to be authentic. If for some reason you decide to have it authenticated and it comes back questionable, or they say it's not real, they usually don't say it's not real, they'll say it's questionable. So I think they maybe sometimes they come out and be like, yeah, this is plainly fake. But as y'all know, these came from Steve. They're 100% authentic. $35 start on Jerry Lee Lewis. And we have, I just found this in the crate in the back, Motorhead, The Lost Tapes, a limited edition previously unreleased live album on double red vinyl. I hadn't even scanned it. I'm going to put it up for a $25 start. I think it was originally $36. I don't know if it's went up, down, stagnant, but that's a $25 start. Motorhead, The Lost Tapes. Jerry Lee Lewis is up for bid, and so is Motorhead. Chad, is that bin a new one or one from earlier in the year? This is all brand new, unpriced records. These are all brand new, or not unpriced, brand new, never shown records. Ooh, the Yardbirds, Roger the Engineer. This is $49.99. I remember seeing this in Steve. I know these are all from Atlanta because I remember seeing this and I was like, boy, that's cool. Roger the Engineer, the Yardbirds. I've never seen that before. $49.99. Calvin Ward is at $35 on Jerry Lee Lewis, and we're looking for a $25 start on Motorhead. Madness, One Step Beyond. Madness is $34.99. I was going to see if it has Our House or My House. What's their hit song? I don't think it's on there, though. Don't see that too often. Gold stamp promo. Hanoi Rocks, Self-Destruction Blues. Boy, this is a good bin. $34.99. There is some, like, just stuff. It's stuff I've just never seen before. I mean, y'all know how many records we buy. The last 4 or 5 records I don't think I've ever had before. $34.99 on that. Walt Cruz Wants Madness. That's sold to Walt Cruz. And Sean Phillips, $19.99. Sam Phillips, The Indescribable Wow. That's $19.99. David Tate wants Hanoi Rocks. Calvin Ward has the Jerry Lee Lewis autograph for $35. Jerry Lee Lewis autograph for $35. That's going twice, going 3 times. And Motorhead, I'm looking for a $25 start. What does it say above Jerry's signature? I have no idea. Something for? I don't really know. Or sincerely to? Cindy Jones is at $40 on that. Iceland, On the Rocks. 1980 with press kit. Boy, they did like a Pablo Cruz shot on the back. $19.99. I'm getting drunk on Chad's never seen this before. Yeah, this is a lot tonight. Spirit Feedback. $19.99. Spirit Feedback. Did you ever have that feeling? Jackie Lomax. That is sealed from 1977. $34.99. Blues Roots, the Dave Brubeck Trio featuring Jerry Mulligan. $19.99. When Lights Are Low, Tony Bennett, $9.99. The Leaving Trains, Well Down the Blue Highway from 1984, $19.99. Low Life L7, $14.99. That is L7, isn't it? That seems like a good price on that record. And Johnny Paycheck, Someone to Give My Love To, $19.99. And Arc 2, Flaming Youth. How interesting. $39.99. It's on the Uni label. Let's see. We have Jerry Lee Lewis, 40, 45, 45, 42, 59, 47. Let's go ahead and sell Motorhead to Jeff H. Who's Jeff H? Jeff Hawes, Helton? I think it's Hawes. I'm going to sell you Motorhead for $25. Jerry Lee Lewis, 50. Cindy Jones on Tony Bennett. Cindy Jones on Tony Bennett. Jerry Lee Lewis is now at 60. Bill Reese also bid 25 on Motorhead. Bill, I didn't even see that. I just went ahead and sold it to him because no one else had bid. He'd already bid. It's already sold. It'd been up for a while. No one had bid on it. Chris Kirkley on Dave Brubeck. Jeff Hawes got that. Chris Kirkley on Dave Brubeck. Axel Horn on the Low Life. That sold to Axel. 65 on Jerry Lee Lewis. Brent, you were second on L7. And Steve Cole says, check the members of ARC 2. Where is ARC 2 at? Did we already sell that? He's, let's see here. Where's the members on this? Must be something special going on this. Let's see here. Let's see, are they on the back here? Maybe. Flash Gordon Smith, guitar. Ronnie Carroll. Phil Collins, drums, percussion, and vocal. That's why. Phil Collins playing the drums, percussion, and vocal. Boy, which one is he? He looks different with hair. Him? Arc, $39.99. We had that record that one time that Chevy Chase played on too from the Pennsylvania collection. It took me a while for us to figure that one out. So, very interesting. I still can't figure out which one he is. Maybe this guy? Thank you, Steve. That's pretty cool. I'll have to give, regardless if it sells or not, I'll have to give that one a spin. Jerry Lee Lewis, 70, 75. And Walt Cruz wants Leaving Trains. Today is also the day that John Lennon got assassinated in New York, December 8th, 1980. So we always remember that day. I have a couple of Beatles 45s over here that didn't get paid for. I got to show. The new, oh my gosh, I don't like their name. I don't even try to say it. Triumvirat. That is sealed. And I've never seen that one before. $34.99. Mr. John Cale, British Passport. That is $34.99. John Cale, $34.99. Doris Troy. This is on Apple. How interesting. $34.99. Another Apple record I've never seen before. $34.99. And we've got Dance in the Midnights, Mark Bolan. Wow, we got some stuff just absolutely mind-blowing. Kenny Heathcock is at 75 on Jerry Lee Lewis. That's going twice, going 3 times to Kenny Heathcock, $75. Elton John, Madman Across the Water. Now that's strange. It's an unofficial press because I had a Sly and the Family Stone that was just like this before. Same cover. It was Sly and the Family Stone. There's a riot going on, I think. Wow, that's interesting. I might have to keep that if no one buys it. Mark Bolan sold to Wayne Titsworth. Final call on Jerry Lee Lewis. I'm about to put up 2 new auctions. What do we have here? Timber. Bring America Home. $19.99. Chuck Troy and the National Bank. $19.99. White label promo. White label promo on that. The National Bank. And the Boston Tea Party. Wow, what a cool cover. 1968 psych record in shrink wrap. $39.99. They're even throwing the tea into the lake. The Elton John is $39.99. Elton John, Madman Across the Water. It's a 1971 unofficial. All right, let's sell Jerry Lee Lewis for $75, and that was to Kenny Heathcock. Let me grab 2 new auctions. I guess we can officially start our Japanese crate because I am out of tool records, but I still have several autographs. Let's go ahead and do, let's do a Tommy James, and let me pull one of our new Japanese pressing for tonight. Well, we got a lot of interesting stuff. Wow. Everybody's like, okay, Chad, let's see them. Stop teasing. Well, here's a Led Zeppelin I don't think we've ever offered as a Japanese press. So, first, let me put up Tommy James and the Shondells. Tommy James and the Shondells, autographed by Tommy James. I think we're alone now. This is a $25 start. $25 start for the Tommy James autograph. It's real. I guarantee it. Let's see. Who asked first about Elton John? Steve Botsford asked how much. Brent Rabley asked how much. And Belinda asked how much. And then Belinda says, I'll take it. Then Brent says he'll take it. And we're just waiting to see if Steve wants it. So Steve Botsford, this is yours if you want it. If you don't want it, it's sold to Brent Rabley. So Brent gets that if Steve passes. And Belinda, you were actually third on that. Clay Moore is at 25 on the Tommy James autograph. Steve passes, so Elton John goes to now this one. Now, y'all know it's kind of strange for me to offer a Led Zeppelin record if I don't have one already in my collection. Here's a prime example. I know I don't have a Japanese press of Coda. I think I have a UK, and I know I have a US. Well, this is nice. It's pristine. It is pristine. There's the original inner sleeve. There's the Japanese insert. And then here's really cool. It's a pink obi, really contrast on the cover. I always love the gatefold on this one. Lots of cool pictures of Led Zeppelin. The one I always associate with their Nebworth concert. That is a $75 start. Japanese press of Led Zeppelin Coda. Complete and mint. $75 start on that. Tommy James is at 30. I have the Sly one. Yes, Sly and the Family Stone. Yep. They must have been some kind of company booting those albums back then using that same generic cover. Ringo Starr, Goodnight Vienna, $24.99. Temptations with the 4 tops. Temptations is $14.99. Just a little bit of Tommy James. Tony Sheridan. This is a German press in $49.99. Tony Sheridan. German pressing, red polydor. Belinda's at 75 on Coda. Tom Ulanowski's at 30 on Tommy James. Clay, let me know if you're in or out. My Old Man's a Dust Man, Lonnie Donegan. $14.99 in shrink wrap. Tommy Flowers wants the Temptations. Let's say, I don't think I've ever seen that before. I'm trying not to wear that out. I've never seen this before, but because I've said it a lot tonight already. Vicky Sue Robinson is $9.99. Jerry Rafferty, the Owl, that is $19.99. And Jefferson Starship Earth, $19.99. Chi Coltrane, $14.99. And Ben Atkins Patchouli, $24.99. Belinda has Coda for $75, going twice, going 3 times. Tom Ulanowski has the Tommy James autographed record. I Think We're Alone Now. What a cool one to have. That's like one of their biggest songs. That and Crimson and Clover. And, well, man, he had 20 hits probably, if you want to call them hits. The Easy Beats, 15 previously unreleased tracks. That is a 1977 Australian pressing, $29.99. East of Eden is $29.99. The Mothers of Invention, Freak Out. This is a 1972 pressing, which technically makes it a second press or a reissue. Boy, it's nice though. $49.99. Mark is back in on Tommy James, or Mark is in on Tommy James. Cindy's also in. So now we have 4 bidders. Free Spirit, Jimi Hendrix, $34.99. And the best of Judy Garland is $9.99. Ringo the Fourth is $24.99. Triangle, the Beau Brummels. I've never seen that one. $34.99. Mono copy, Gold Warner Brothers label. Very eclectic. Stories, $19.99. Bebop Deluxe is $24.99. Delaney and Bonnie Genesis, $19.99. And Shine On Brightly Pro Call Harem, $29.99. Tommy James is at $35, now $36. Cindy Jones wants the Judy Garland. And Coda is sold to Belinda Dobb for $75. Still bidding on Tommy James. Tim Holloway, you were second on Judy Garland. What was the name and the price of the Tommy Bolin? The price was, I don't know either one. We will check for you right quick. I actually have no idea. I want to think it was $19.99. We will get that for you, Wayne, in T-minus 60 seconds. Let's see here. I better just start pulling these out. Wow, we got a couple Japanese presses here. Oh man, I'm going to have to say it. I've got several here I've never seen before. Here's the first one, J.D. Souther, Home by Dawn. Japanese press, it's a promo copy. J.D. Souther, Home by Dawn. And I don't see his records too often in general. So that's a near mint white label Japanese promo copy. That's a $35 start. I'm also going to go ahead and get Santana going too. Santana Amigos, Japanese press. That's also a $35 start. So we've got final call on Tommy James now. Cindy Jones is at $38. Or not final call, I guess first call, because we have a lot of people bidding. I really hadn't seen anyone say out. Cindy has that for $38. J.D. Souther's a $35 start, and so is Santana. Jared McLaughlin wants Ringo. That was Good Night. Which one was that? Ringo the Fourth? Jared McLaughlin, is that correct? Let me know if that's right. All right. Let me grab a new crate. I'm really not doing a recap on a lot of these. I figured we could do that at the end. That's usually been most effective for us lately. So just going back through everything again. So let me just introduce a whole new crate, which is check condition titles. These are all check condition. Yep, King Crimson brought 200. Only one bidder. I was kind of surprised too. One bidder and it was gone. A artifact. It was mint. Do sleeves. No, I haven't. Let me go grab those. Because I found some last night. I didn't know we had. Because I had to order some more. I thought we were out, but I do have some. Alrighty. Sleeves. There's 3 key words to use if you want to buy some. You can put gatefold, outer, or inner. Gatefold, outer, or inner. Here's what I have. I have gatefold, a pack of 25. It's for gatefold jackets. You can slide it in there, and then you never have to take it out of the gatefold. That is $21.99 if you want gatefold. Option 2 is inner sleeves. These are $23.99 for a pack of 50. That's anti-static inner sleeves, archival quality. And we have a pack of outer. A pack of 103 mil Big Fudge outer, $29.99. So outer, inner, and gatefold. That's the 3 packs of sleeves. Now, there's one variant. These here, the inner, I've got Big Fudge. I've got MoFi. MoFi are a few dollars more. I think MoFi are $29. But I've got sound sleeves and vinyl style and Big Fudge. Those are the 3 brands of inner sleeves. I bought all that I could earlier this year. I bought multiple cases from multiple companies, so because we couldn't get them. So, okay, where we have here, we were at, Tommy James is at $41 to Mark Fallon. And then Yardbirds Price, Wolves Council, there was two in there. There was a Yardbirds Live for $34.99, and there was a Roger the Engineer for $49.99. Technically he was first, but if he's not interested. Axel Horn, do you want the leaving trains? Walt says you can have it if you want it. I must have missed that. Jared McLaughlin said yes, and that was for the Ringo. I have not checked Fleetwood Mac. Let me do that right now. Sean wants a pack of outer and inner. He's the only person. Outer and inner sleeves. The leaving trains, I think, it was either $14 or $19.99, Axel. Either $14 or $19.99. We have Fleetwood Mac Rumors, Fleetwood Mac Self-Titled Original, and Fleetwood Mac, this one right here that Jamie wants. I only have one copy. It's the new remaster. It is $31.99. $31.99. Okay. $31.99 on that. Stacy needs a pack of outer sleeves. Tanner only brought up one pack, but we will get those for you. All right. Tommy James is sold to Mark Fallon for $41. Mark, you get the Tommy James record for $41. And we need to change Leaving Trains from Walt Cruz to Axel Horn. And Jack Suslak wants Goodnight Vienna. And Cindy wants Doris and Troy. Whoa, we're still selling stuff out of the last crate. Doris and Troy. And Goodnight Vienna. Or maybe that was Doris Troy. Maybe that was somebody that was in here. Yeah, Doris Troy. So Jack Suslak gets this. That goes to Cindy Jones. And then Jamie Butler gets the Fleetwood Mac. All right. Let's go through these. I'm about to end these auctions and put up two new ones. So we have new vintage stuff here. These are check condition. Cheap Trick, Heaven Tonight. This is a VG Plus, $14.99. VG Plus, $14.99 on the Cheap Trick, Heaven Tonight. REO Speedwagon, A Decade of Rock and Roll, VG Plus, $22.99. And Jethro Tull, Living in the Past. That is EX, $32.99. And we have Last of the Red. Yeah, Last. Is that what that says? Last of the Red Hot Burritos, the Flying Burrito Brothers. That is a VG copy for $19.99. Nino Tempo's Rock and Roll Beach Party. That is a VG copy for $39.99. Nino Tempo's Rock and Roll Beach Party. The Nitty Gritty Dirt Band, Ricochet. Well, that's an early one. 1967 for the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band. $14.99 VG Plus, and the Partridge Family Sound Magazine, VG Plus $9.99. Don't forget Stacy's outer sleeves. Tanner says I've got it under control. The Megadeth is right here. So I took some pictures of for the hot picture, for the ad. For the ad tonight, I took a picture of some big popular new vinyl that we have in stock. Lots of, what am I trying to say? Popular new vinyl titles. Here's one of them, Megadeth. I think I'm down to 10 copies. If anybody wants Megadeth piece sales, they're $38.99. I have a stack of them. Just about 10 left. Those are $38.99. Okay, back up to the top. That was to answer Tom Sheeter's question. Megadeth is $38.99. Wolves Council, the Yardbirds Live was $34.99, and Roger the Engineer was $49.99. Grades are given for the vinyl. Yes, the grade I'm giving is the condition of the vinyl. Tim Holloway got Cheap Trick. I have not auctioned off the John Sebastian. We may do that next. And then Wolves Council wants the Flying Burrito Brothers. Kenny Heathcock on PF. PF was the Partridge Family. And Tom says he'll take one of the Megadeths. Megadeth is $38.99 if anybody else wants one. If anybody else wants one. Sorry, I'm trying to talk extremely fast. Abbey Road is a VG copy. It is, wow, it's on red vinyl from Japan. Boy, it is. Now, here's I told y'all, if we get a Japanese pressing from an American collection, it's usually kind of beat up. If we get them imported from Japan, they're pristine. But yeah, this is wow, red vinyl though. VG copy of that, $49.99. No Obi, it is a Japanese pressing on red vinyl. No insert either. I wish that was pristine. It would be quite expensive. Hey, there's another Abbey Road. This is a VG copy, $24.99. This is a 1969 Winchester pressing. 1969 Winchester pressing, VG copy of that. So we have a US 69 press, and we have probably a Japanese 69 press. Sgt. Pepper's is a 1967 Jacksonville stereo press, a VG copy, $29.99. Stereo press, VG, Jacksonville, $29.99. Allman Brothers, Eat a Peach, EX, $32.99. EX, $32.99. All right, let's end these two Japanese auctions so I can put up two more. If anybody wants Santana, $35. If anybody wants JD Souther, $35. Those are $35, $35, and $35 if anyone wants them. $35 and $35. Next autograph. Let me do the X, and I'll grab a new Japanese. We've had one of these already before. X, autographed by all four members. 100% authentic. The name of the album it's autographed on is something we never had. It's called Wild Gift. We've already sold, well, we sold The Decline of Western Civilization, which was signed by them. Then we sold the one last week, and I'm trying to remember what those brought so we could go ahead and get it started. I'm going to say a $75 start, and I know that's much less than the other two brought, so $75 to get that one started. X, autographed by all four members here on the back. $75 start for that. Wow, no one's got to Eat a Peach yet. Booker T and the MG's Greatest Hits. It says, for demonstration use only, mono copy, VG Plus $39.99. VG Plus $19.99. White label mono copy, VG Plus on Booker T and the MG's. White Witch is VG Plus $19.99. And Jimi Hendrix War Heroes, EX $32.99. EX $32.99. Jimi Hendrix War Heroes. Did X sleep over at his house in Atlanta? I don't know. He may can tell us. Steve, if you're still watching, I was going to text you and try to get the backstories on some of these so I could share them in our Facebook group, especially to the people who bought them. But he had a story for just about all of them, which was, some of them I remember, some of them, I mean, there was 12,000 records, so it's hard to compute all of it. I should have recorded it. Wolves Council, I will do 45 on Roger the Engineer, the Mechanic, yeah. And I really don't want to sell it because I don't have that record. I don't have any kind of press of that. But I will sell it to you for 45. Brad Moore wants White Witch. Sell that to Brad Moore. John that works here says this is a collection essential. That's sold to Brad Moore. Sean Foxbower, Eat a Peach. Well, I was going to say I didn't want to discount anything tonight, but I guess I will. I will take $30 for Eat a Peach if you want that, Sean. Brad says pass on White Witch. Cindy Jones wants Jimi Hendrix, and we're looking for a $75 start on the X. Ivan says give him a bundle for all three Beatles. Let me show Supertramp first. Here's a collection essential. Supertramp Breakfast in America. Pristine vinyl. There's the insert, near mint cover. That is a $55 start. $55 start on Supertramp Breakfast in America. Ivan says he wants a bundle price for all three Beatles. This is, I will say those, I'll give you $15 off, which would make them 25, and 20 is 45, and another 45 is $90. $90 for those three. $90 for those three. Chris Crowley says White Witch price. That's a VG Plus $19.99. Still looking for a $75 start on X and a $55 start on Supertramp. Tumbleweed Connection, Elton John, EX $17.99. EX $17.99. Black MCA label, gatefold, $17.99. Chris Crowley said sold on White Witch, and Ivan says he'll take the three Beatles albums for $90. Sorry for anybody who asked after the fact. He asked first on a bundle deal for those, which was those three. It was a red vinyl Japanese pressing, a 69 Winchester, and a 67 Jacksonville. Those are all three sold for $90 to Ivan. Rob Scheffler, you were second on White Witch. And who was pending? Somebody made a couple other offers. That was Wolves Council I'll take it for 45, but we'll listen to you in your honor. Okay, thank you. I hate to kind of see that one go. I haven't had time to go through these, and I think Sean Foxbower. Let me know if you want that for 30. Let me find Roger the Engineer. Boy, this is going to hurt. Is it in this crate? Yeah. This is a cool record. One, it's the Yardbirds, and two, it's a UK press. What's it actually called? I've always called it Roger the Engineer. That's what it's called, isn't it? It's never on the label. I think it's just called, it's a self-titled album, but people's always called it Roger the Engineer. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. Sell that to Wolves Council for $45. Silver meters at 75 on X. Final call. That's our first bid, and I'm about to sell it pretty quick. Steve said X did an in-store at the Record Bar in Atlanta. That's where he got these signed. They did a in-store signing at the Record Bar in Atlanta prior to their concert. That is to his recollection. I've got another one of those, I think. I think we had four of those originally from his collection. Elton John Friends, EX, $17.99. The Rolling Stones, Exile on Main Street. This is a VG Plus, $99.99. It's a 1972 UK pressing, no postcards. No postcards. VG Plus, $99.99. Ah, this is my favorite Yardbirds cover, and Jimmy Page is on this one. VG copy of Little Games. It's got a promo sticker on it. VG copy, $29.99. No promo label, but that is $29.99 on Little Games. I love that cover. Over, under, sideways, down. Another Yardbirds. We've hit the Yardbirds batch from Steve's collection. VG Plus, $39.99. And we have Having a Rave Up. That's a VG Plus, $39.99. Detroit is VG. That's Detroit with Mitch Ryder, $14.99. And Solid Gold from Muscle Shoals, The Fame Gang. Well, that looks like that's good. And I hadn't even listened to it. 1969, VG Plus, $19.99. Solid Gold from Muscle Shoals, The Fame Gang. John Young wants the Little Games. Yeah, that's a nice cover for sure. And shrink wrap. Let's go ahead and sell X, the silver meter, for $75. And if anybody wants Super Tramp, you can buy Breakfast in America, the pristine Japanese pressing, for $55. That's over here in the no-sell pile with Santana and J.D. Souther. Those did not get bids. I think somebody said please do the Sebastian next, so we're going to do John Sebastian autograph. Here's another autographed John Sebastian from the Lovin' Spoonful. This is one of their original albums too, Daydream, autographed by them in blue Sharpie. 100% authentic, I guarantee it. Money back if you have it authenticated. The vinyl itself is about a VG Plus, and I'll start that one for $35. John Sebastian. Now, last time, the autographed greatest hits took off. I mean, there was like, I think, 10 people bidding on it. So, $35 start on that one. Daydream. Hey, that guy played at Woodstock. That's a Woodstock autograph. Now, that would be something. Try to obtain all the autographs from all the major headliners from Woodstock. It's like people trying to collect all the Heisman winners and all the Hall of Fame baseball players. That would be difficult to do, trying to get everybody's autograph who played at Woodstock, especially Hendrix and Joplin. That would be a challenge. Tumbleweed first. Tommy Flowers wants Fame. The Fame Gang, that's sold to Tommy Flowers. Belinda Tumbleweed Connection was $17.99. $17.99. This should be a gatefold here. It's technically the repress. The original was on the Uni label, but that is $17.99. Cindy, you were second on Muscle Shoals. Greg, you were third. John Sebastian, 35, 40, 41, and would you do 15? Sure, go ahead and sell that to Belinda for 15 on the Woodstock soundtrack. I think that would be impossible because that probably came out after Hendrix's death, but I may be wrong on that. But I'm pretty sure that Woodstock soundtrack already came out, and Janis and I think they'd already died. So, but just obtaining them would be a challenge in itself. Okay, let's see what we have here. I have a new Japanese pressing to put up for auction. John Sebastian is currently at $41. I've got America Hat Trick, $35 start. They've got the obi on the wrong side. This is the front cover, but it does have the obi. America Hat Trick, or maybe that was the front cover in Japan. I don't know. That's the way we got it. So $35 for America Hat Trick. Let's see what it has. It has a Japanese insert, and it has a poster. What appears to be a poster. Yeah, that's a poster of America Hat Trick. First track, Muskrat Love. Pristine. $35 start on America Hat Trick. $35 start on that. Final call on John Sebastian. Mark Fallon has it for $41. Last couple records. That's a good one. Pink Floyd, The Wall. This is $59.99. Terre Haute Press. $59.99. I was looking at this. It says demonstration, not for sale. Now, why would Pink Floyd even need to make a promo copy at this point? Seems like they could release something without even making free copies. But I guess they still did for marketing purposes. $59.99 on The Wall, EX copy, and Blues Magoos, Never Going Back to Georgia. VG Plus, $19.99. Blues Magoos, Never Going Back to Georgia. That's VG Plus, $19.99. Okay. John Sebastian is sold to Mark Fallon for $41. I'm going to move America over here. America is a $35 start. Mark didn't get his King Crimson, but he's slowly chipping away at the others. And this is a really interesting Peter Frampton record, because it's an early Humble Pie record on the Immediate label. Look at that. I mean, this record by itself wouldn't be too difficult to find, or would be kind of difficult to find. I don't know what I just said, but that's a kind of purple Immediate Humble Pie, which has Peter Frampton on it. And this is autographed by Peter Frampton. Autographed by Peter Frampton. Mike Langford is yelling again, and promo copies went to radio stations. Sometimes. Peter Frampton autographed Humble Pie record. That's an early, I think, we've sold Frampton Comes Alive. I think this one's interesting, being an early Frampton album, and it's signed by him. $75 start on Peter Frampton. Autographed by Peter Frampton himself. $75 start on that. All right, here's what's left in the check condition copy. In the check condition crate, we have REO Speedwagon, VG Plus, $22.99. Jethro Tull, Living in the Past, $32.99. Nino Tempo's Beach Party, $39.99. The Nitty Gritty Dirt Band, Ricochet, $14.99, 1967. Booker T and the MGs is a VG Plus, $19.99. Allman Brothers is $32.99. Eat a Peach, Elton John Friends is $17.99. Exile on Main Street is a 1972, $99.99. The Yardbirds was $39.99. The Yardbirds was $39.99. Detroit, The Wall, and Blues Magoos. Can we get the name and price of the Tommy Bolin record that Wayne got? I still didn't get that for him. Okay, if anybody wants America Hat Trick, that's a $35 buy it now. America Hat Trick. We also got, here's the newest Funko Pop that came out, I guess technically today, in the Iron Maiden series, Live After Death Eddie. Dance in the Midnight, Mark Bolan, and how much was it? Dance in the Midnight, Mark Bolan, $19.99. Yeah, the new Iron Maiden is $14.99. Live After Death Eddie, $14.99 on that. Lots of people bidding on Peter Frampton. That's an early Humble Pie record. I think it's their first, right? That's their debut album, Humble Pie, and signed by Peter Frampton. High bid right now is 100 of R.M. Lazelle. 100% authentic. Okay. All righty. Anybody else want anything in here? Let me know, and then If you've been buying these from us, that's the next in the series. Live After Death Eddie. $14.99 on that Funko. All right. Let's see. Here's a couple Beatles 45s that didn't get paid for. John Lennon Mind Games picture sleeve. That was $14.99. Instant Karma. John Lennon is $9.99. And the Beatles Baby You're a Rich Man is $29.99. The picture sleeve. Baby You're a Rich Man. All You Need Is Love. That was $29.99. Has a address sticker on the front. Instant Karma and Mind Games. Okay. High bid on Peter Frampton's at 110. I'm going to change crates. Actually, I think I need to go to the back and grab that other crate. Or we got 3 more crates in the back I need to go grab. Let me condense these down. Tanner, can you wheel up the other 3 crates he priced for today? Oh! Struggling here. Put these in here. There's 3 more in the back. In the meantime, I'll go through some new vinyl here. Instant Karma and Mind Games. Mind Games, no condition notes on either one of them. Mind Games is $14.99. Instant Karma was $9.99. Yeah, no condition notes on any of these. And the Beatles, Baby You're a Rich Man and All You Need Is Love was $29.99. They're all, I mean, the sleeves are all really nice. That one, unfortunately, has a music store sticker on the front. The vinyl is all VG Plus or better. I mean, the deal with Beatles records, these Capital 45s, they can look like they're mint, and they always have a little noise on them. It's just what they are. These may be a little bit different story, but so Stacy, I have 3 more Rush Funkos on the way. 2 of them are already sold on a wait list, and that means I'll have 1 extra. If you want it, they'll be in probably tomorrow. High bid on Peter Frampton's $130 to John Young. Next, Japanese pressing. We've got Chicago Gold Pre-20, which I think is a Chicago Greatest Hits. This is, let's take a look at this. Wow, I like this cover. Got a 2-page flip in the gatefold. Does anybody really know what time it is? Beginnings, question 67 and 68, color my world, make me smile. That's all side 1. 25 or 64 in the country, flight, free, happy because I'm going home, low down. Saturday in the park, State of the Union, dialogue, just you and me, feeling stronger every day, wishing you were here. I've been searching so long. Skinny Boy, old days. Oh, thank you, great spirit. Harry Truman, another day in New York, and if you leave me now. Chicago Golden Grand Prix 20, 2 LP, pristine, near mint pressing. That is a $35 start. $35 start on Chicago Golden Grand Prix 20. Mark Fallon says bundle the 2 Lennons for $20. I will sell you both of those for $20. And Belinda, if you want the last one, you were right after Mark. If you want that, I'll take $20 for it. Baby, you're a rich man and all you need is love. $20 if you want that, Belinda. Mark got those 2 for $20. Tanner. And put down Stacy for Rush Funko whenever that one comes in. Peter Frampton autographed Humble Pie record is at $130 with John Young. Arm Lozelle said Peter Frampton out. And he's out. So high bid is John Young at $130. That's going once, going twice. Eddie Bruce is at $35 on Chicago. Tanner has brought up the new crates. I didn't do it earlier. I was trying to get other stuff situated. We have more new records to show. Chicago's at $35. Peter Frampton's at $130. Tommy Flowers is at $37 on Chicago. I've been listening to a lot of Chicago lately, and that's a good compilation. That one even has old days on it that the other greatest hits doesn't have. Lee Greenwood's greatest hits, $9.99. Yes, it does have God Bless the USA. Duke Ellington, take the A Train. This is $9.99. And Neil Diamond Classics, the early years, $14.99. I've said it before. This is probably my favorite Neil Diamond compilation to put on. Boy, this is like new. Kentucky Woman, Solitary Man, Cherry Cherry, You Got to Me, I'm a Believer, Shiloh, Do It. That's a good one. That is the one I will put on if I'm in the mood to spin Neil Diamond on an LP. The Carpenters, Made in America, is $14.99. That's in shrink wrap. The Partridge Family album. This is a white label promo, $19.99. It's even got this Partridge Family suggested cuts for airplay sticker on the back. Promo copy, promotional copy, not for sale. Okay, Chasing Hearts, 37. John Young says, I'm going to give that to R.M. Lazelle. So R.M., here's what I can do. If you want this for $125, I'm going to sell it to you. John says he's actually out on it. If you want that for $125, say sold, and I'm going to sell it to you. Let's see. Chasing Hearts on that. Eddie Bruce is at 14 on, or excuse me, Eddie Bruce is at 40 on Chicago. Cindy Jones on Duke Ellington. That's sold to Cindy Jones. Neil Diamond is $14.99. Clay, Neil Diamond is $14.99. The Cow Seals, $14.99. The Cow Seals, Captain Sad and His Ship of Fools, featuring Indian Lake. That's $14.99. Sean Cassidy, $9.99. And David Cassidy is $14.99. This is a white label promo as well. David Cassidy. Dreams are nothing more than wishes. $14.99. Cindy Jones is in on Chicago at $42. And Close to You, Carpenters, $9.99. And Carpenters Ticket to Ride is $9.99. The Carpenters is $9.99. And Neil Diamond's Greatest Hits is $14.99. That's in shrink wrap, $14.99. Okay, Chicago, Tommy Flowers is out. Cindy Jones is at 42. Stacy wants DC. That was David Cassidy. Sell that to Stacy. 80's at 45 on Chicago. Arm Lazelle said sold. Sell him Peter Frampton for $125. And Clay Moore gets Neil Diamond. That's sold to Clay Moore. Tim Holloway wants the Lee Greenwood. And Clint Howard wants Close to You. That was Carpenters. That's sold to Clint Howard. Update on Chicago. Eddie Bruce is at $45. What is the Rush Funko? It's the new release, Exit Stage Left. They're $24.99. We showed them on Tuesday. We got a new shipment here tomorrow, or we'll have a new shipment tomorrow, but it's the new one. Tanner has one. They're $24.99. Rush, Exit Stage Left. If anybody wants one, I'm probably going to order some more because we've had two people now. We had one person, two people on a waiting list, and now Stacy's getting the third one, and you have to order these in threes. So I'm going to say if anybody wants those, now's your time because I'm going to order another 3. Next autograph. It says Steve Best, Huey Lewis. Huey Lewis in the News, his debut LP autograph. This is a $35 start, autographed by Huey Lewis. The LP's in really good condition too. That is a $35 start, $35 start. Greg Rogers wants to know, can he get a Megadeth? He can. He can. Final call on Chicago. Who has it? Eddie Bruce? If you're still bidding, you need to let me know immediately. Immediately. Megadeth, I've got that pulled. Let me show that actually. Megadeth, $38.99 if anybody else wants one. Woo. Tanner, your sticky note did not stick. It did that time. All right. Wayne Carr's at 35 on Huey Lewis. They need to make some Coletco Funkos. One of Chad with a monster and one of Seth hitting his head. Seth just got here, actually. He walked through the door about 10 minutes ago. He was 2 hours late, as usual. So. Neil Diamond, Touching You, Touching Me. Boy, some of these, I need to pull. John missed some prices on, like, well, those two aren't priced, and there's a couple others I've priced on the fly that we've already sold, but I need to put stickers on those. The Carpenters, A Song for You, that is sealed, $19.99. The Hissing of Summer Lawns, Joni Mitchell, $19.99. And Joni Mitchell, I've always called that one Hijara. That is $19.99. Okay, Chicago is sold to Eddie Bruce for $45. Wayne Carr has Huey Lewis. It says Steve Best, Huey Lewis. That is sold to Wayne, or that is to Wayne Carr for $35, going twice, going 3 times. Was the other Carpenters' greatest hits? No. The Carpenters' greatest hits is a Brown album called Singles, which is all their 45s and single releases, and I haven't seen that one yet. Joni Mitchell, Don Juan's Reckless Daughter, that is $19.99. The Best of Tommy James and the Shondells. The Best of Tommy James and the Shondells, $19.99. What's that other? Crimson and Clover. That's what I was trying to remember. Those two there. Crimson and Clover, Crystal Blue Persuasion, and I Think We're Alone Now. Of course, well, they're like I said, they're all hits. They're all hits. $19.99. Brad said he would give $35 for both Joni Mitchells. Well, there's 3 now, Brad. There's 3. So let me know which 2 you're offering on. A couple James Taylors. Sweet Baby James is $19.99. Technically a repress, but that is near mint. And we have James Taylor, Walking Man. James Taylor's Walking Man. That's in shrink wrap, $19.99. That's a great song. Enchanting. Eddie Money, Live for the Taking is $14.99. And Music of Christmas, Perthy Faith and His Orchestra, $7.99. Okay, Wayne Carr gets Huey Lewis. That's sold to Wayne Carr for $35. I'm about to go over the wall. Brad Bolin said $45 for all 3 Joni Mitchell. Sold to Brad Bolin. And Mark Fallon wants Walking Man, James Taylor. I'm already doing some bundle deals. We're not even at part 2 yet. The Beatles 20 Greatest Hits. It has some staining on the bottom. This is $19.99. Wow, 20 songs for $20. That is $19.99. Could I put back the Carpenters and I'll buy Greatest Hits if you find one? Finding one will be a challenge. Not that it's not a rare record, but I just don't know where one is. But if you want to put that one back, you can. Stan Getz and Gilberto, that is $34.99. Rick Springfield, Comic Book Heroes, $14.99 for Rick Springfield. Eagles, One of These Nights, $34.99. Eagles Desperado, $34.99. And Social Distortion, LA Prison Bound, 2015 sealed, $39.99. I think Clint wants to put this one back. I'm going to put it back in here unless he says otherwise. It's $9.99 if anybody wants that. Let's see. We've only just beguns on here. Close to You. Well, I don't really know what's their... Hey, they're always covering a Beatles song. They're doing Help. Social Distortion to Walt Cruz. And we have Live Session, Cannonball Adderley with the new exciting voice of Ernie Andrews. That is $19.99. And Oscar Peterson, the Trio Set, $19.99. Bundle on the Carpenters. There's 1. There is 2. That one was sealed, but I'll still give you, there's 3. There's 4. And I think there was one over here that didn't have a sticker on it. Yeah, there's 5. 5 Carpenters albums for $40. That's $8 a piece, and that includes the one that's sealed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's Close to You, A Song for You. What is this one called? I never can remember this one. Is it just self-titled? It may be. Ticket to Ride and Made in America. We've got, what was next? Thad Jones and Mel Lewis, Live at the Village Vanguard, $19.99. Like I said, there was a couple things I took pictures of for tonight's ad. Let me pull those in case somebody's waiting for it to show up. I posted 5 new LPs that are usually really big sellers for us, and people may not know we have them in stock. And I think I only have 1 of these left, so I'll show it first. Cindy Jones says she'll take the 5 Carpenters albums for $40. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sell those to Cindy Jones for $40. Speaking of bundles, tomorrow probably, well, I don't know. Y'all know how the other night, I guess it was Saturday, we went through all the flip crates. I'm going to have some more of that kind of stuff ready either for tomorrow night show or Saturday, or we might do both, like bundle deals, you know, all kinds of stuff like that. So I've only got one copy, I think, of, if I have more, they're not in the Pink Floyd section, so we'd have to look for them. I've only got one copy left of the Division Bell, $49.99. These other three records I have multiples of. Division Bell is $49.99. That's a US version, new and sealed. Megadeth, Peace Sells, new and sealed. This is one of the few original Megadeth classic, I'll call them classic Megadeth albums that's in print. About everything else we can't get, especially Rust and Peace and Killing Is My Name. All those are gone again. So a couple of them hadn't been pressed in several years. Megadeth is $38.99. Greta Van Fleet, From the Fires, $36.99. Greta Van Fleet is $36.99. Of course, Warrant Cherry Pie, $39.99 for Warrant Cherry Pie. We've got about a crate and a half left of those. And this is definitely essential. This is the new remastered Alice in Chains Dirt. Boy, this sounds fantastic. $36.99 on that. $36.99 on Dirt. So what about So Far So Good? No, that hadn't been pressed in quite a long time, Tom. I hadn't seen new copies of that in, I think, since I've been dealing in new vinyl, probably several years, a couple years. And I think they weren't pressing them before I got started. So, in new vinyl, that is. Huey Lewis is sold, Brent. We have sold that. Tommy, 15 for Tommy. What was Tommy? Tommy James. I'm going to pass on that right now. I'll discount some things. Just depends on what it is, but these are still technically new arrivals. Okay, we have, this is a 2018, it's sealed. Frank Zappa, $44.99. We're only in it for the money. The original mono mix. Frank Zappa's rare mono mixed on vinyl for the first time since 1968. $44.99. Cornerstone Sticks. This is a sealed Friday music pressing. $29.99. Sealed Friday music. That must be on colored vinyl. Most all their stuff is. And we have She's a Rainbow, the Rolling Stones limited edition colored vinyl, sealed, $19.99. The Rolling Stones, She's a Rainbow. Let me grab a couple more Japanese presses here. Let's see what we have here. We sold one of these. Well, actually, we've had a couple messages. We have some people looking for these, which we have Toto 4. I think we have one left over from the other night, and then we've sold two. And then here's another one, Toto 4. This one's also in shrink wrap, near mint with Obi. $45 start for Toto 4. Bill Evans, You Must Believe in Spring. Bill Evans is $79.99. Bill Evans, You Must Believe in Spring, $79.99. Belinda, yes, you got the Division Bell. Muddy Waters and Friends, going way back. The Father of Chicago Blues, rare, a 1967 acoustic recording on vinyl for the first time, $24.99. And The Audience Is the Way, The Rest of the Show, Volume 2. This is the Goo Goo Dolls, $27.99. That's also sealed. The Goo Goo Dolls, $27.99. And the Dave Brubeck Quartet, 25th Anniversary Reunion, $19.99. I Who Have Nothing, Tom Jones is $9.99. And I think we have a bunch of Tom Jones albums here. Let me show them all at once. Tom Jones, Greatest Hits. More Heavy Traffic, $19.99. Argent, All Together Now. That one has Hold Your Head Up. Herman's Hermit soundtrack, Mrs. Brown, You've Got a Lovely Daughter. The classic Tom Jones. And Tom Jones, Memories Don't Leave Like People Do. And most of those, if you're interested in the Tom Jones, they're all really clean. A couple of them in shrink wrap, $9.99. Richard Davis on the Goo Dolls. Let's see here. That's sold to Richard Davis. Did you have me down for the Toby Keith from earlier? I don't know. I don't think we had you claiming one live. I'd like a copy of Division Bell. Japanese Division Bell, that's tough to get. That's extremely tough to get. And Tommy Flowers wants Help Yourself. And then we have Tom Jones, I Who Have Nothing, Tom Jones' Greatest Hits, Traffic, Argent, Herman's Hermits, Tom Jones, and Tom Jones. If anybody's interested in those, just let me know. I'm going to grab a new crate. Probably during part 2, we'll do a big recap of everything, and I may consider, if we need to discount some stuff, I'll highly consider it. So, bundle deals on maybe some, well, there's not much we can bundle on new arrivals, but we can attempt it. Okay, let me see what I got here in our Japanese bin. Let me grab a new crate too. Price on Traffic. The Traffic Greatest Hits, more heavy traffic was $19.99. And how much was Argent? $24.99. So let's see if Argent's $24.99. Dakota, if we don't have you down, if we don't actually have you tagged for one, I will definitely order one for you. I'll put you on a waiting list. Throw in a few Christmas LPs. Well, how about I just grab our Christmas bin right quick and run through it? Because I guess if you're going to have a Christmas album shipped to you, you probably, I mean, next week is still safe, I would say, for delivery time. But this would be an excellent week if you're interested in a Christmas LP to get it on your invoice. Because, you know, we'll invoice on Monday, which is what, the 11th? And then, you know, it'll ship by the end of the week at the latest. Depending on where you pay, it might not ship until like the next Monday. And then it takes 3 to 5 days, medium mail. So, yes. You have one. Yes, Dakota, you have a Toby Keith. Tim Holloway wants Tommy James' Greatest Hits. Let me make sure. I'm guessing Hendry is passing because I told him I would need sticker for that one. So give that one to whoever I just said. Tim Holloway. Yep, Tim Holloway on that one. Yeah, that's a good one and good condition. And Arm Lazelle wants to see the Pink Floyd The Wall. Yes, let me do that one more time for him. Pink Floyd The Wall. This is the spine. Is that what he said? Spine, cover, and spine. Like I said, it's a gold stamp promo. Not a lot of wear on the back. The spine does have some spots. It actually has like a chip in it right there. Overall, not bad. The front and back, the spine's the worst part. It's not really split anywhere, but it has that ding in it. And then EX vinyl, original inner sleeves. And EX means it's very clean, very close to near mint minus. And Tim Holloway on Tom Jones. Tim, there were several in there. Do you know which one you want? Oh, I have the Tommy James already. Okay. Never mind. Hendry, that's still available if you want it. Do you know which Tom Jones you want? There's 4 left. Okay, Christmas LPs. Let me run through these right quick. We've got Mariah Carey, Merry Christmas. That's $29.99. Stevie Wonder, Someday at Christmas, $33.99. Mr. Hankey's Christmas Classics, $28.99. There's 3 of those left. Merry Christmas, Bing Crosby, $33.99. The William Shatner Christmas album, picture disc, $32.99. Casey Musgrave's Christmas Show, $26.99. There's more Mariah Carey's. I try to keep all those together. Those should be on red vinyl. James Taylor at Christmas, $36.99. I've got a couple of those left. How the Grinch Stole Christmas, that's on green vinyl, $36.99. Snowfall, the Tony Bennett Christmas album, $28.99. Cyndi Lauper, Merry Christmas, $34.99. Rick Wakeman, Christmas Variations, $36.99. Blue vinyl. James Brown, A Soulful Christmas, $33.99. Tim Holloway wants the Tom Jones Greatest Hits, which is right here. Sell that to Tim Holloway, and he also wants Bing Crosby. Jake Rogers, The Wall was $59.99. $59.99 on Pink Floyd, The Wall. Soul Christmas, that's the Run Out Groove on red vinyl. A lot of these are on colored vinyl, by the way. If you want me to confirm or you want to ask, go right ahead. A Very Casey Christmas. A Very Casey Christmas is $31.99. Walt Cruz wants the Cyndi Lauper Christmas. Johnny Cash, The Christmas Spirit. That's on red vinyl, $24.99. I've got 2 of the Whitney Houston, One Wish. That's her holiday album, $26.99. There's another Grinch coming up, so I've got 3 of those actually. No, that's 2 on green vinyl. And then the Beach Boys Christmas album is $39.99. The greatest Christmas songs of the 21st century. That is limited and numbered on colored vinyl from Music on Vinyl. Katy Perry, Miley Cyrus, Sia, Maroon 5, 21 Pilots. That is $44.99. Chris Kirkley wants the James Taylor Christmas album. That's sold to Chris Kirkley. I almost said the Munsters. The Muppets, John Denver and the Muppets, and that is on Candy Cane Swirl. Candy Cane Swirl, that is $28.99. A very special Christmas. I took 3 of these out of the rack and put Rush in the bin instead because we was only down to 3 and there's only 1 left in here. That tells me we've sold 2 of these in the last, well, that would be today. 2 of these today in the store. So a very special Christmas, $36.99. Can we check Tommy Flowers' ticket and see if he has a Johnny Cash Christmas? If not, he wants the one in here. Clay Moore wants John Denver and the Muppets. And Carlene wants HTQSC. Wow. How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Maybe that was a G. She put a Q, but I think that was a G. How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Okay, so Tommy Flowers needs a Johnny Cash Christmas Spirit. And these are all Elvis, okay? We have Elvis Christmas albums, VG Plus $7.99. I've actually got 2 of those. That one's near mint, $9.99. Then we have an older press, that's VG Plus $7.99. That's a mono copy, VG Plus $7.99. Another mono copy, VG Plus $7.99. A stereo copy, VG Plus $7.99. And then this other version, The Wonderful World of Christmas, VG Plus $7.99. VG Plus $7.99 and VG Plus $7.99. Lots of Elvis Christmas albums. So one more rundown on those. Elvis, Elvis, Elvis. Elvis, 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 Elvis. A Very Special Christmas. Greatest Christmas songs of the 21st century. Beach Boys Christmas album, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Whitney Houston. Casey Musgraves. Soul Christmas. James Brown. Rick Wakeman. Tony Bennett. James Taylor. Mariah Carey. Casey Musgraves' Christmas Show, William Shatner, Bing Crosby, Mr. Hanky, and Stevie Wonder. Stevie Wonder's a good one. I want an Elvis mono copy. All right, I'll give you this one right. Let's see. There are so many different variants of these. I'll give you this one right here. I think that's the earliest one we got. Sell that to Tracy. Okay, if anybody wants Toto 4, $45. Toto 4. I'll take the Elvis in the middle. Mono in the middle. Yeah, mono in the middle. I only have one left, and that's this one, which has the LPM at the bottom. If that's not the one you want, then if Tracy's okay, we'll swap out. You see the difference? There's the RCA Victor up here. This one has like the box logo at the bottom. There's probably no telling how many variants. There's no telling how many of these they've made. Millions. Oh my gosh, millions. We'll see. Tim said yes. So Tim wants this one, the one on top there. Okay, and then David Hilton wants an Elvis Christmas in stereo. I'll give you this one right here. That's sold to David Hilton. Okay. Before I go any further, I was going to pause tonight. We hadn't paused in a while. It's 9:20. We're going to come back at 10 o'clock. I'm going to go ahead and stop 10 minutes earlier than normal. I have 2 more crates of vintage new arrivals. I'm going to try to run back through everything again tonight, and then I'm going to have more Japanese auctions as well. So I don't have any new autographs left. I do have some other stuff, though. That's why I've kind of got to get resituated, because right now I have crates, but I've got to figure out what we're selling next. So I'm going to stop early. And we hadn't actually paused during a sale in quite some time. Well, I think we did maybe Monday, but it was late. We didn't start again until 10:30. So, all right. I think that's it for part 1. We'll be back at 10 o'clock Central Time for part 2. Auctions, Japanese, new vintage arrivals, and then we'll run back through stuff. Or if we don't run back through stuff, I'll bring out some new on-sale crates. New on-sale crates, which will be, buy it now, best offer type stuff. Probably stuff y'all hadn't never seen and that I haven't shown probably in more than 6 months. So 10 o'clock Central Time is when we'll be back for part 2. Right, Tanner? Okay. We'll be back then.